Hey everyone, it's Jonathan here of the Growth Network. So here is all about growing yourself to the next level, and I'm just here to help you do that by sharing you my stories and my lessons that I've learned as we continue to strive to get to the next level of growth of whatever game that we're at, right? So let's talk about this next video, which is going to be about how to avoid burnout. So if you're watching this video, that probably means that you might be feeling some burnout, and you might be wanting to know, why am I feeling this way? What's going on? How do I get more energy in my business itself? Things are moving, things are grooving, but all of a sudden I'm feeling like I'm burning out at both ends of the candle, right? So the first thing that's going to avoid burnout is you have to make sure that you understand that, hey, the feeling that you're feeling right now is not natural. Us human beings are naturally able to continue to keep moving forward if we have this one thing. The main reason why you're probably feeling burned out is because you're actually doing activity and you don't feel the purpose behind it. If there's no real driven purpose behind that activity itself, that's when you're going to continue to feel burnout. And believe me, I felt it many different times, where all of a sudden I'm doing the boring stuff, the things that I'm just kind of keeping myself busy with. I'm working over 100 hours a week in the very beginning of opening up my business. And at the end of a couple months, I kind of felt like I was getting burnt out. I couldn't do it anymore. And when I was actually looking back at what was happening with my day, with my week, I was understanding that a lot of those activities were not moving the needle forward. They were just things that I was doing to keep myself busy and to feel like I was actually working. Where in reality, if it's not moving the needle forward on the business side when it comes to strategizing to increase income or strategizing to increase infrastructure for the future, then you're pretty much just pushing papers around and nothing is actually happening itself, right? So understanding that is usually the main purpose of your feeling of burnout. Now you have to kind of reverse engineer it. You have to say, okay, if I don't want burnout, that means I have to feel like I want more energy. And I feel that way as well sometimes, where I would work 100+ weeks, and at the end of that week, I'd still be full of energy because I'd be so driven and so tied to the purpose of the activities that I'm doing, right? So when you really think about it, what is work? Work is actually doing something without a purpose, and that's where you feel that whole heaviness of the word work. Now, what is play? Playing means that you're doing activities, which means I'm sure many of you play harder than you work, but you're more drained after work than you are at your play, right? So growing up, my dad actually used to say this all the time to us. My dad would work 7 days a week. If I wanted to see my dad growing up, I would have to go to work to go help him out. But that being said, he kind of told us, when I was working with him, I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired. How do you do this all the time as a kid? And he's like, what are you talking about? You go play soccer for 2, 3, 4 hours in the sun, in the cold, in the rain, and you're not tired after that. So when I look back at that time, I'm like, well, yeah, technically playing a game of soccer, going back and forth and running, I'm wasting a lot more energy or using a lot more energy in that game, but it was fun because I had a purpose for that. So I made that fun. It was a game. It was no longer work. But once I went into that whole work mode and I didn't really see a purpose, but for instance, my dad would make me sweep a garage just because he wanted me to sweep a garage, and all of a sudden I was like, well, what's the purpose here? And then of course that would drain me out. So the same thing can happen with you, no matter if you're in business for yourself or you're working for somebody else. You have to tie any of your activities to actually getting your purpose and understanding where you want to go. Are you helping people? Are you getting closer to your goals? Are you getting closer to your dreams? Are you moving the money needle in your life and or your business? And if you stay with your activities close as possible to your purpose, then you're going to have all the energy that you need because you're going to be driven to get rocking and rolling. So I hope that this advice helped you out. This is something I had to learn the hard way, so you don't have to if you take it, and I'm here to help you out to get to the next level and grow. Thank you and have a fantastic day.